Welcome, ladies, to Saturday. Was that a nice, relaxing introduction? This is going to be fun. I've got Linda in the background. And Marcy said, okay, what did you just say, Marcy? She said she's on time, and I missed your comment. I'll see it in just a second. If you guys are here, please say hi. And Marcy, you are enabled with StreamYard. So if you guys are unsure, you can go up into the description and click Authorize StreamYard. I might have deleted that, actually. By now in the workshop, you guys have all authorized StreamYard. So once you're good, you're good. Linda's in the background. It's just gonna be relaxing today. This is a bonus training. We wrapped up a week of the social selling workshop. So if you're watching this on my business page, the social selling workshop happened inside of the Moms Building Online Businesses group, and you can click below or above, depending on if you're on my business page or on YouTube, open up the description and come join us inside of the Moms Building Online Businesses group. So who's been taking this workshop? Our 5 days are wrapped up. We're going to do a day 5 winner for homework. And this is just a bonus training. It's a reason for us to escape the cruddy weather that's outside. It's raining. Is that happening in your world? And Linda is a teacher and a student inside of Evergreen. And I was just asking my Evergreen girls who would do a bonus training with us. And she volunteered, and she's going to chat with you guys about the importance of live video and how she's using it in her business and how it can help you establish the know, like, and trust factor, or the KLT factor, okay? So before we get going with Linda, Anna, I love bonus trainings as well. Let me tell you guys what's happening. Today is Saturday, April 24th, 2021. This is your last day to get in on the bonuses that come when you become a new Evergreen student. So you got to be in by tonight for those bonuses, okay? So if there's any social sellers here or any concierges, or Diane's here and somebody can drop that link, please do that for me. Make sure you guys get in on that. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central, Vicki Johnstone's going to come in and do a Canva and branding bonus training, okay? And then on Monday at 10 a.m. Central, Bethany Safadi is going to come in with me and do a bonus training. We're still discussing the topic, but I think we're going to take you down the road more of how to create conversations, meet new people, not take it personally when people don't have interest in what you do or what you offer, but how to follow up and create a nurturing sequence, maybe through some automation. She's doing texting automation. I do email because I haven't ventured out into the texting automation world yet. She's using a marketing system. So that will be Monday. And then Monday is the official last day to get into Evergreen. Okay. So if you want in on the bonuses, get in by tonight. If you want in at all, you have to get in by Monday. All right. And we have one more spot for the extra VIP sessions with me. Okay, one more. So Diane's going to be shouting out all of our new students. You should see that pop up as well. That's all my due diligence. We'll pick our homework for day 5 winner at the end. Linda, you're coming on the screen, girlfriend. Are you ready? Okay, so before I bring Linda in, I didn't do my due diligence. My name's Kathy Callahan. I'm the creator of PCAT University, the Evergreen program, Virtual Parties with Kathy, and now the Social Selling Workshop. So we do so much fun inside the Moms Building Online Businesses group. If you missed out on anything, go up into the announcements or the guides. So if you guys are in the group, all that stuff is filled with past content and current content. Okay. So I forget to say that sometimes. All right. Welcome everybody who's here. Linda, come on in. Hi, girlfriend.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Thank you, Kathy, for having me. And thanks, everybody. First of all, Kathy, your trainings are amazing. I mean, honestly, I've been a student in Evergreen since October of 2020. And so I've been through several of the 5-day trainings. I take them every time.
Yeah,
I'm like a forever student. I love it. I love being part of it. So thank you for always doing these. And I get little nuggets every single time. So thank you. This one's been great. And I'm going to say this because my nose is itching. So excuse me. So I'm a teacher, as she has already said. I love live videos, and I know not everybody loves live videos, but I love live videos because it allows me to connect with people on the other side of the screen. If 2020 taught us anything, it taught us that the virtual world shouldn't be a scary place. Yeah. When COVID kind of sent everybody home, many of us were already working in our social networking businesses, and it forced us into this online world that a lot of us were already working in, but it kind of forced us more so into that world. But I hope that it taught us a lot of things about how to work in a virtual world. Yeah. So what I have done, and I love doing it, is I have gone into this, I don't know how to say this. I like to be silly online. Yeah. I actually like to be silly in life. And so that helps. And I think the more loose you are, like I'm the one, if you were on the pre-workshop, I'm the one who pointed out, oh my gosh, my doorbell's getting ready to ring. I'm not even kidding you all. Amazon just pulled up. So if my doorbell rings, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Anyway, okay, moving on. So I'm the one who pointed out that Kathy had pulled up.
Linda, I think that's so funny. I thought you were going to say you were the one who pointed out that your doorbell was going to ring. That's literally happening right now.
No, it really is. Amazon just pulled up. I made my husband take my dogs upstairs so they wouldn't bark. Okay. That's so funny. Really, like I think my doorbell. Yeah, nope, he walked away. Thank goodness. Okay, we're good. Okay. So anyway, so I'm the one who pointed out that Kathy's pants, were pulled up. I mean, I like to kind of point out the silly things because I think it's important for us to laugh. Yeah. Instead of everybody just being so serious all the time, But I think we have to laugh at ourselves. Yeah. And I think that's where it starts. And I don't mean in a demeaning way. And so I think where it started for me really before my network marketing business is after I learned in my network marketing business that we kind of have to brand ourselves, we do have to brand ourselves. Yeah. I figured out I was already branding myself and I didn't know it. Right. For example, I talk a lot about 4 or 5 things. I talk about my family. I talk about my dogs. I talk about donuts. I talk about Disney. And I talk about my job, my students, my kids at school. Those are the things. And so a lot of people are telling me, because I'm going to be retiring next month, a lot of people are like, dang, what are you going to talk about now? Because you're not going to have that. I'm like, oh, I'll find something. No big deal. So I was already branding myself and didn't even realize it. And so it allows me to talk about those things on lives because I love it. I love going online, and I do that. So here's what I do with my lives.
Wait, I got to stop you. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm totally going to interrupt the flow.
Go.
Because you're such a teacher at heart that you just jumped into teaching. So I got to like brag on you for a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did. I didn't even preface anything. I just jumped in.
That's what teachers do. We just teach.
Yeah.
So I first have to like introduce you as an amazing person who's super committed to your business and just ready to share with the world all the good things. That's why you jumped into this. But before you go any further, brag on yourself for a minute. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you live, a little bit of your life outside of network marketing.
Okay.
You can talk about, your network marketing business, and then dive into your training on live video, because it is very powerful. But they need to get to know you, because I love you to pieces. And I love that every time we do a little workshop, even though you're teaching full time, you're like, I can't be at that one because of this. You don't make the excuses to not come to what you can come to. And you're like, I can't wait to be retired because then I can be on group coaching. And if it's really great, So I think the world of you, but a lot of people don't know you except our evergreen students. So do your little like on stage, like brag on yourself. Then you can go into like helping us.
All right. So we'll start. Let me go back. Rewind. So I am a high school Spanish teacher. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. I'll give you a little bit of my bio. I'll recap my bio. Live in Lexington, Kentucky, married to my high school sweetheart. That's important because that's part of my branding. All right. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Married to my high school sweetheart. We met when we were 15 years old in biology class, second hour. I don't think that matters, but I'm telling you anyway. And we were both born and raised here. So we've raised our family here. Our parents still live here. We are like deeply rooted in this town. And that's important because a lot of my connections are here. We're just super deeply rooted here. So I work at a high school here in Lexington that I've worked in the same school my whole career. Wow. Like that's a big deal. Lots of people don't do that. A lot of people move around, and again, deeply rooted in that school, therefore know a lot of people who have come and gone through that school. So after 28 years of teaching, I'm going to just say it, 17 school days from now, because I'm counting.
Do you have your rings? You're high school, but I was kindergarten. Do you have your paper rings?
No.
You should.
But I know what you're talking about.
I'll do it for you.
Okay. All right.
I'll count down. 17 days.
So I'll be retiring at the end of this school year, basically. But I started my network marketing business 5 years ago. And the reason that I did, to be honest, was because then I had a freshman in college and I had an 8th grader. Both of my kids are girls. Not that matters, but I'm a girl mom. And they were busy. I had a freshman in college whose college tuition, private Christian school, still needed to pay that. And then my youngest, who was an 8th grader at the time, still very involved in sports and extracurriculars. And I just wanted to be able to pay for those things. That's really why I started, the business. And in the back of my mind, I knew that in somewhere between 5 to 7 years, I was going to be retiring. In my head, 5 to 7. And I wanted to have something to do and not substitute teach. Yeah. Not happening, So that's kind of my story. That's kind of why I started. Didn't know I was really going to fall in love with it like I have. But I did. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So what I do, and this is what Kathy's talking about, what I do is I do the trainings and I do the things in the evenings and in the pockets of my day. And every once in a while, since nobody from my school is here, I'll sneak in during my planning periods and I'll do a training here and there. And I'll be like, I'm listening to your training, but I'm on my planning period. I got to go, So that's what she's alluding to. So I can't wait to be retired so that I can just do it whenever.
So so we'll go into live training, but take away 2 years ago, have you always been online business, or take away the last year with COVID? Have you always been online business, or did you have to transition? And when did you start doing live video?
So I have not always been 100% online. We were doing a mix, but we were mostly doing in-person parties.
Okay.
That was our thing, in-person parties. But we did have Facebook groups.
Okay.
But we weren't relying on them as much for parties like we do now, which is 100%. We do virtual 100% now.
So then when you decide so inside your Facebook groups with your team, was someone doing a live party? So you always had a little bit of live video exposure. And so then now, and Linda talked about creating a brand. And I think it's interesting because everybody has a brand, just like Linda's like, I thought I had to go create my brand. I realized I already had one. Your brand is you.
Yeah.
Your brand is you. And so your brand, you guys go ahead. Those of you that are watching, hello, if you just got here, type to us what you think you're known for. Because whatever you're putting out there, that's what people think of you as your brand, whether you've tried to create it or not. So Linda was like, I'm already naturally posting about donuts and teaching and kids and whatever and family. That's your brand. And then once you move into social media and you start doing it on purpose, you start to go, oh, like that's what they think I am. I thought I was something else. So now it's totally this live video thing. We're going to talk about the know, like, and trust factor. It's a huge part of creating your brand in the sense that, wait, that's not really who I am, what it looks like on social media. How can I show them really who I am? And you, Linda, kind of like me too, you just want to say things that are happening. You want to laugh your way through it. Not everybody has that like take on how they're going to do live videos. Some are super structured and it doesn't matter. Just like go be you. So how have you used live video in your business? How has that helped people get to know you even more? And then are you doing it over on your personal page and in your groups, or where is it all showing up at?
So I'm doing it in both places. So here's what I do. I do a lot of live video in my group, and I do a lot of that. Sometimes, it's for business, and sometimes I go live in my group just for the fun of it, because I don't want to be a constant commercial. That's icky. Nobody wants to be a constant commercial. On my personal page, I'm going live. True story, for things like back in December, I had to get a CPAP machine.
Okay.
I still do not enjoy it, but I was having some issues with the whole mask thing, and I needed my Facebook world friends to tell me, okay, I need your help if you have a CPAP machine. So I go on sometimes live and I'm like, hey, people, I want people to engage with me and give me, people love to tell you what they think or help you out, they love that. And so that algorithm, we're trying to beat that algorithm all the time. And I know it's constantly changing, but I'm trying to beat the algorithm with Facebook Lives. And so I'm looking for non-business Facebook Live things. Y'all, we do things every day that we could go live about every day. If we would. Now, we're not always feeling like we look like we should go live, but honestly, you don't have to be on it. If you're at your kid's soccer game, turn the camera the other direction and let your kid's soccer game, that play that they just made, let that be your live. People don't have to see you necessarily, but it's off of your page and the Facebook algorithm sees it. So I'll let you go with that, Kathy. I'll let you deal with that question from Amy Gasaway. But
we know how to deal with that. It goes right with what you said.
How do you do
not going live with an agenda or a business. You're going live with your life. Right?
That's it. And that's the thing, and the thing is, this is what I think. And I don't have littles anymore, Amy. Amy's my sweet friend from Glasgow, Kentucky. So I know Amy and I know who her littles are. But that's exactly right, Mary Ellen. People know you and they like you and they trust you. So when they're on your Facebook page and you're going live, and I'm going to use Amy because I know who her son is. And so I won't say his name, but like when you say, oh, that's my son, sorry, whoops. And he comes into the screen and everybody goes, oh, he's so sweet.
Like Yvette kissing her baby to sleep last night. Isn't that a little touch?
Yes, that's exactly right. Or my dog who's constantly barking. Like just now, I just had a feeling that if the doorbell rang, my dog was going to start barking. True story. My students, when I was teaching virtually from home for many months early in the fall semester, the Amazon man was forever coming to my house, still does. If you saw my post yesterday on my personal page, I would say to my students, oh, I'd be on Zoom and I'd say, oh, well, hang on, y'all. Doorbell's getting ready to ring and my dogs are getting ready to bark. Well, to this day, I'll say something about my dog and I'll name him. Luke is his name. And my students will say, oh, that's the one who barks all the time, isn't it? Like, people know you if you talk about your life. Yeah. And so that's what I find on my lives. If I talk about my life and my kids and this is true story, I give people and places in my life a nickname.
Okay.
And I use that nickname over and over and over and over again. And that's what people, when I go to church or when I go to the grocery, they'll say, I'm not even kidding, how's your forever boyfriend doing?
And who's that?
That's my husband.
Oh, okay. Hello. Okay. I get
That's what I call him. He's my forever boyfriend.
Oh, I love that.
Or they'll say, have you been out on your oasis lately? Which is my back porch.
Okay.
Because that's where I spend my time, is my oasis.
I love that.
Or when my kids are all home, I'll say, everybody's in the nest.
Yeah.
If you constantly, and it's part of the branding.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're constantly nicknaming a place and you use it over and up, it registers with them.
And then they associate it with you.
That's
and
right.
What I love this whole week, I've heard people talk about like authenticity coming out. And so what about for the person who feels like, okay, so if it's me, I'm kind of like, well, I don't have catchy names like that. And I don't like, what would you say to the people who self-doubt and they're like, they feel like they have no value. Nobody cares what I have to say. Nobody cares what I think. And that stops them. Like, you guys that are listening, does that stop you from either posting or doing live video? And Linda, how do you recommend that people overcome that?
Well, true. So my suggestion is if you don't live near me and we don't have the same circle of friends and you like what I do, or I like what Kathy does, and we don't have the same circle of friends, use my nicknames.
That's fun.
What do we care? I mean, like if we're never going to cross paths on social media and our friends aren't going to be, who cares,
Yeah, you might pick up ideas from people.
Yeah.
I think too, and some things get catchy, like all the things. I say all the things all the time, but I heard it first on a podcast, and I didn't purposefully be like, I'm going to say all the things. All of a sudden, all the time, I'm saying all the things, and then people are like, all the things, and it becomes catchy. So sometimes you can't pre-write or pre-script or pre-program this, but you have a thought today that you never had before, and so now Linda's like, do something different, do something catchy, call your kids something. Like, you just called the grocery store the grocery, but you forgot
you call it the grocery store?
Yes. I'm like, that's what I thought when you said the grocery. I'm like, that was weird. Now I'm going to associate that with Linda.
That's funny. That's the regional differences, I would guess.
Yes. Yeah. So those kind of things become catchy. And the whole point, you guys still yet don't even know what kind of business Linda does, what company she's with. You already like her. Do you guys not? Right? Like, you're getting to know her. And so when we go live video, I think that sometimes people don't even know what people are going to catch on to that they're going to love about you. You just have to do it enough. And then they start pointing things out that are like your things or your brand or what you're known for. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to roll with that one. I'm going to do that one more. That's like catchy. People like it. I didn't even realize I was doing it. And that's kind of become what you are known for. So people are saying how much they love you. So when you're doing live video and you're building that, that know, like, and trust factor, but also just that confidence in yourself. Have you ever done like a live video challenge, or did you have a schedule, I guess, where you're like, I'm going to go live?
I have done them. Yeah. And I've done them where I've kind of just challenged myself.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to go live next week. And I'm not real good about going live every day. So I'll say 4 out of 7 days next week, or 7 out of 10. Because honestly, some days I don't want to put makeup on, and some days I don't want to fix my hair. And I am a little vain about that. I mean, because I got big Medusa hair, Yeah.
I am really curious because your hair is always done.
Oh.
I kind of want to see it before it's done.
Oh, well, someday I'll send you a picture.
No, let's vote if Linda should do a live video without her hair done.
Oh, well, everybody's going to say yes. I mean, then I lose. That's a lose-lose for me.
You don't have to do it. So you go pretty routinely.
Yeah.
You're going pretty often.
I do, but I don't have a like schedule. What I do is I look around and I'm looking for things like, what could I go live about?
Yeah.
Or I do sometimes plan like, oh gosh, I need to go live about X.
Yeah.
And like today I've got on decent, at least up top, yeah. I've got on decent clothes. So
let's see your pants.
Huh?
Let's see your pants, because you called me out on my pants the other day that weren't matching. Okay, fine, you're matching.
Well, they're gray sweatpants, so don't get too excited. Okay. Well, I told you, gray and black.
That's right. I was just making sure you had pants on, because
I do have pants on.
Yeah, after Linda called me out on my camo short. I mean, she didn't call me out. She said, "Can I see your pants?" I'm like, dude, I got a camo shirt and flower pants, but I got pants on.
Yeah,
bonus.
Yeah, we are great.
So if people are so who that's listening to Linda is like, yeah, even some of our evergreen students have not gone live yet. And that's like the foundation of what we teach is live parties. And so who has still never done a live video? Who's sitting in the audience being like, I need to? What could you give them as a topic after listening to this today that maybe as soon as they hang up, they could go hit the live button on? Any suggestions?
Yes. If they're in the book club, I would start there.
Okay.
I would say, hey, because I was thinking about this. I do my best thinking in the shower. I don't know about y'all, but that's where I think the best. Now, I would never go live in the shower. I just want to be clear about that.
That would be, you would get a lot of followers. Probably
or they would unfollow me. One or the other.
Yeah, because we do want the right people following us.
That's right.
That's attract all the people.
Right. So I'm going to say, if I were talking to evergreen students who are doing the book club, or anybody, really, they don't have to be evergreen students. I would say, hey, actually I do. Hang on. I do. It's right here. I would say, okay, I'm reading this book this way. I'm reading this book. And I would I don't mean I would not be truthful, but I would say, hey, when I'm finished with this book, because we're just getting it started, right? But when I'm finished with this book, what do you recommend that I read next?
Okay.
Talk to me, everybody. What should I do next? I'm trying to get ahead. What kind of books do you read? Do you read historical fiction? Or if they're specifically looking for personal development, yeah. I would just ask people to talk to me and engage with me on the live. That's maybe a good place to start.
And two of the people who said, Mary Ellen said, my life seems boring. I don't know if my life would be interesting to anyone. And Candy, who said, I don't feel like I have enough. They're both evergreen students who could do just what you said, right? It just gives you a topic, but that's just self-doubt, right? That's just a big fat lie that we're telling ourselves. And it's kind of true. Like, not everybody's going to get you. So who cares? It's not about, like, when we talk about conversion, I'm like 3% of your group will convert to customers. So do you just like stop because 97% of people didn't convert or care? No, like it's about creating connections, relationships. And then you do, I think, start to find your value the more that you start to share. So one of our students inside of Evergreen talks a lot about, but because I'm a mom and I always do the kid thing, right? And she's like, well, I'm not a mom. I have no value. I'm like, don't you think there's other people in the world that aren't moms that could connect with you, right?
Absolutely. That's
and so
right.
Finding like your message and who you want to speak to can lead the way in live video. But I think it's great just to start doing it no matter what. And it's very interesting to me what people will watch. I'm like, why are they?
100%. And, let me ask you this, whoever, and I don't see the comments like you do. So not on this, I can't see them. So whoever is saying those things, are you going to be cooking dinner tonight? I mean, a live video doesn't have to be 10 minutes long. It could be 2 minutes long. Just say, take your video and be like, oh my gosh, this is what we're cooking for dinner tonight. It's going to be so good. Boom, done. Yeah. That's all you have to do. I mean,
yeah, it's so true. And Linda, I'm going to have you give them some tips real quick on getting engagement and descriptions. But I will just tell you guys, if you have zero clue where to start, I came out with something called the PCAT method for posting. And it's because I just try to use PCAT and everything. But you want to post purposefully, like not just because, right? Sometimes we're playing the algorithm game or just asking a question. But anytime you do live video, it has a purpose. And the purpose in live video is to connect and show you as a human. So that's good enough. I don't care what you go live about. That's awesome. Now, if you can do the C part, which is create curiosity, create conversations, create new connections, amazing. And we've got a whole strategy and different topics. So anybody that got the organic posting strategies, evergreen students, you guys have it. Diane created a Trello board. And under the C, there's like 25 different conversation starters, and you could go live on any of those topics. And Linda's right. Like literally, if you're new into live video, 2 minutes is great, up to 6 minutes. If you don't have a following on a short video, don't keep going. Like it takes a while to kind of get people used to seeing you live, wanting to come on, and then you can go longer. The A part is be authentic. And so that's where you're not faking Linda when you go online. If your style is not that, or it's not Kathy, that's the hardest part about live video. You try to be someone else, and that's not the point of live video at all. That people will see right through that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're only going to love it if you're being authentic and true to yourself anyway. You'll enjoy going even when nobody's watching because you're just being you, right? And T is teach people something. So just what she said, are you cooking dinner? Do you know it's the dumbest things that I think that people would know? And I don't mean it's dumb. To me, it's like the smallest things that I'm like, the whole world must have known this. And I'm the only one who didn't know it. And then I go teach people on live video about shaving your face or about, whatever, microblading your eyebrows, how to blend chicken with the, what's the mixer to shred your chicken. And that's engaging and it's interesting. And then you put yourself in a position of authority because you taught them something.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the girls on my team does Tuesdays tips, and she always goes and just teaches something. And then fun fact Fridays. That's exactly how Mary Buttrey started. She gave herself like a structure and a time. So she's super on it, right? So if people are going to go do video, if they want to be on purpose with the schedule, start slow, don't freak out. But how are they going to, do you do a lot with like your description? Do you think about your topic and what you're going to type? And then how do you create conversation when you're live?
Okay, so I'm pretty spontaneous with my lives, honestly, kind of like with my life. So I'm not like overly, I don't plan, I'm going to go live on Friday. Within my group, I do the Tuesday night, parties, but that's different.
Yeah.
So, but like a general live, and my title, I try and make it catchy enough that it catches somebody's attention.
Yes.
You need a title. It needs to catch their attention. It needs for them to stop their scroll.
Right.
They need to stop scrolling and watch.
Right.
And that's the whole point. I need for my lives to be interesting enough that people want to watch.
Right.
Otherwise, they're going to be like, I don't want them to be sleeping. And that's the thing too. Keep them short enough that they're not like, oh, this is boring. There she is again.
Yeah.
So the titles, I just want them to be catchy and short enough that they're, going to keep watching.
And sometimes that is a bit of a skill, is like, how do I make it a catchy title? So our students, I'm sometimes like, if you have no clue what to say or what to post, just go ask the community, right? But a lot of people go live with no title at all. And you got to remember, a lot of people watch replay if it seems like it's something to watch. But if all they see is just your face on the screen, I scroll right past you and then it's some catchy title. So one of my coaches taught me to go look at National Enquirer headlines.
That's good advice, actually.
And then you're like, oh, I can come up with some random silly sounding thing. And then what about creating conversation? Because now the algorithm's going to love you if people are commenting. So you guys, if you're listening to this right now, tell us what you're loving so far about these tips. And if you're going to go do your first live, or if you found something to improve on your lives. But how do you create, do you go live by yourself and people just don't engage? Or are
Sometimes I do, and it's frustrating, but I just keep talking and asking questions like, tell me where you're watching from, and tell me, blah, blah, blah. I'm learning not to use the word replay.
Yeah.
And I'm learning not to use numbers, not to use the ones and twos. But what I do, what I am, or what I've learned really from you over and over and over watching you is, I'll repeat what people are saying in the comments. Like I'll say, Amy says, da, 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 da. Amy says, da, 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 or, Kathy says, blah, blah, blah. And what's interesting is I've caught myself, and I've done this in class now, after months of being on Zoom, I'll say that from the Zoom comments in virtual world on Zoom, because now I'm teaching virtually. This is unrelated, I'm sorry, but I'm teaching virtually and in person at the same time.
Yeah.
So my in-person students don't see what's happening on Zoom. And so it's like I'm having to relay the message to my in-person students, what my Zoom students are saying in the comments.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Kathy says, da, da, da. But when I repeat that, and I think that's the whole point, we're engaging, we're letting them know we saw what they said.
Correct. And 2 people asked about why we're not doing the, like, if this is interesting, type a 1. If this is interesting, type a 2. If you watch replay, type #replay. And I did that. I didn't do the 1s and 2s, but I always said #replay. For my purpose, I wanted to go back and see who caught the replay. In the Facebook world, what Facebook is trying to get us to do is have real conversations and actually engage and ask questions. Asking questions is a way to get people to engage and give you information, not just a 1 or a 2, because to the bots or whatever that are watching us, a bunch of 1s and 2s look like engagement bait. It looks like you're just trying to get more comments, because more comments is going to make you look better. But those aren't real comments. Mm-hmm. So if you guys can ask questions that people, open-ended questions, not yes or no, not blue or green, open-ended questions, and you can get people to respond with something 140 characters, or when you go to comment back on them, 140 characters. That's kind of like the number that's been thrown around for like actual conversation. So look at most of these comments that are popping up. These aren't like yeses and nos, okay? And so when you can go back and look at your video comments and go, oh, people are actually engaging, they're asking questions, you can go back and have conversations. That's the key to making the next step with people. So whenever they're making a yes or a no, I'm like, how do I respond? And then you respond, great. Try to always ask a question in the comments too when you go back and walk through it. So Michelle says she has a hard time seeing people's comments, and that could be on live video if you're doing it not through StreamYard. I do too, so sometimes I have to sweep back through. If you guys are doing like an actual teaching moment, say Linda's gonna go live and you do skincare and health and wellness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you ever teach on your products, but not being like product-y, but just maybe
sometimes.
Here's a facial mask or something?
Sometimes.
If it's more like a teaching video, sometimes we'll lead with like, hey, welcome to, I'm going to do this quick thing, and I'll sweep back through the comments at the end.
Yes.
Because sometimes on the replay, if it's not a class like this, people get annoyed by too much interruption. So it's always that balance.
Yeah.
Like talking to people on the live,
right.
Knowing that a lot will watch the replay, but as your following grows, a lot more people are actually on. I personally now use my lives more to be live with people, right?
Right.
And so when we do parties, that's why I'm doing a party on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this week, actually, and Wednesday. Oh my God, I got a lot of parties. My focus is like just drive the traffic to the live.
Yeah.
And I want to engage the heck out of people there and just get it done, right? So on parties on live video, I'm very interactive, but if it's a short 15-minute thing, I might interact in the beginning, share the content, wrap back out at the end. So is there anything else? We talked about the know, like, and trust factor, branding yourself. Linda still has never said, come join my business, here's my products. She's just getting to know people. Then as you kind of find people that might like have some interest, they're being like, because now they love you and they're like, oh, what is that like necklace you're wearing, or what is it? Because your skin's amazing, right? So I'm quite sure people say that a lot. Like, do they compliment your skin? Yeah. Okay. But it wasn't because you said, I do a skincare company.
No.
You should come. But no, you don't even have to do that. You keep showing up, and then they're like, where, all the things. So then you can say, oh, I have this group, right? Come into my group. And then in your group, when you do live video, I assume it's more purposeful with the types of things you're sharing in your group, your products, the things that center around your perfect prospect, the things that they might value, not just your branding. Is that right?
Correct. That's right. That's correct. Yes.
And that's where you get to dig in a little bit more. So on Facebook live out on your personal page, y'all just chill, just go be people, right?
Well, and the thing, yes, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. The thing that and this is what our company just constantly reminds us of. Oh, Amy, you're sweet. Our company constantly reminds us of this. We were people before we were network marketers. We were normal human. So don't be weird.
Yeah.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird. One of our top leaders in our company says that all the time in trainings. Don't be weird.
Yeah.
You weren't weird before you started. Don't be weird now, And I love, like, that's a constant, like, constantly back here. I mean, unless you were weird before you started, don't be weird now. And I don't think we think we're weird, right? So, but I want to go back. There was a question that came across your screen, and I don't know who asked it. I think her name was Anna. I'm sorry. But it was, what do you ask instead of asking them to type replay?
Yeah.
And personally, I ask them a question like, if you're watching on replay, tell me, and then I ask information, like, tell me, I don't know, who invited you here? Like, if we're watching with multiple people, if you're watching on replay, how'd you find us? Da 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 da. Like, I'm asking an open-ended, like Kathy said, an open-ended question. And I'm not sure we actually answered your question earlier, so I wanted to be sure we went back to that.
Good
so,
job.
Sorry.
That's what I've shifted to, because I do like to see the word replay for me, because if I scan comments, that's helped me. But so I've been now saying, if you're catching this on replay, and I do still say type replay below, let me know where you're tuning in from and when you caught this video. And so that helps me. But the purpose more is, one thing is the algorithm wants to see real conversations. And I'm like, but I kind of need like my code,
right,
thing that I can scan and go, oh, I didn't realize that 2 people caught the replay. Because how many people, without those call to actions, without being told what to do, without being asked something, there's a lot of people that just watch. Yeah. And then you assume like nobody watched because nobody commented. And if you weren't live with them, you didn't see their name pop up, right? So Carolyn asked easy ways to set up so you can read the comments while live. And I don't know how you're going live, Carolyn. If you're live on your phone and you swipe one way, it makes the comments stay. And if you swipe one way, they go away. Yeah. On Zoom, it's hard because you have to have another device. So on Zoom, and you got to watch it on your phone, or you can just open another screen on your computer. Do you ever do that, Linda, on Zoom?
Well, I keep it on my phone. And what we've been doing recently, Amy Gassaway, we've been doing this on Zoom, and then we've been having a device open, but we've also been having other team members manning our comments for us.
Okay.
So we've been doing it like team effort.
Yeah. And then on StreamYard, you guys, I'll do a quick screen share. And then you guys, if you have any questions before we do our homework day 5 winner, please type them in the comments below. I'm going to do a screen share right here, which looks like a disaster. But if you're doing StreamYard, you're now seeing the inside of StreamYard, and I love StreamYard. Yeah. So I can see the comments over here on the right, even though I'm not actually watching it through Facebook Live. Linda, you can't see that because you're a guest, I guess. Yeah. There is a way to see that. I don't know how my team does it. So I just watch the comments there, but I still also, if my phone wasn't about dead, I'll watch it on here too, because I like to see, there's a little bit of a delay. So there's a little bit of a delay when you're doing it this way for when they pop up on the screen. So get your I don't know, put your big girl panties on and go do some live video, you guys. It's going to be terrifying. And there will be times that just like literally nobody's on. Yeah. Anything you did once, you only got better. And the more you show up, the more people expect you. And so when I first did live video, it was not on a structure. It was just like you, Linda. And I know, like, I was looking at Eileen saying she likes a schedule, and Yvette's like, I got to have a schedule. And Ashley's like, I got to have a schedule. I don't understand that type of thing because schedules stress me out. So I don't worry, like, if I have to go live on Monday at 10, I don't do that in my personal page. Right. I've had to force myself into it for you guys in the moms group, for people in my evergreen party group, for my team on our team schedule. Some things you just have to do, but on just chatting with my friends, I've just still been like, you know what, I'm just an impromptu person. I do better that way. But if you guys have to start somewhere, schedule yourself. When I was doing nap time chat, that was really when I really started to get into more live video on my personal page, right when COVID hit. I'm like, every day when the kids go to nap, I'll go live. Yeah. And it was a lot, like it was every day. So 1 time a week is really a great place to start. 3 times a week, if you're going live 3 times a week, I think you're killing it. So if you are even doing more, you're really killing it. Like I think I do pretty good to do 3 times a week and then mix it up with posts, right? So any other, let me check and see. Go live, you won't die. So true.
That's right. You won't die.
You're going to be all right. I'm looking if there's any questions. Marcy says, thank you. She's not as nervous as before. When you go live, you can tag people. Kristen McDonald, our advisor in Evergreen, every time she goes live, she tags people. And I like that. So if you guys on her phone, like if you go live on your phone, it'll say right at the bottom, tag some people. Right. And so then they get a notification that you're live and that might drive them over. So I always tell people when we go live, tag some people. Because with the algorithm, you are fighting a little bit of a game. They may not even know you're there. Right. Mary Ellen says, I think that is it. The way your watchers or guests do not have to enter a chat in order to see you. StreamYard, they can oh, yes. Okay, with StreamYard, because then they're not in the Zoom chat. Okay, I hope you guys had fun. Linda, is there anything else you want to say about just get out there and do it?
Yeah, I mean, really and truly, you just have, it's part of that comfort zone thing. If that's not something that's in your brain, you know, and in your mind of, oh, that's something I really enjoy, then you need to step out of that comfort zone, you know, get your feet wet. And it's hard. It's easier said than done. Because for me, this is in my comfort zone. So it's easy for me to sit right here in this chair and say, oh, get out there and do it. You can do it. You know, but there's something else out there for me that's outside of my comfort zone. I won't name it, but I know what it is. And so, you know, everybody's got their thing that's outside of their comfort zone. But it's just a matter of stepping out there. Done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect. And it really is a human quality, you guys. Like, you've just got to think, like, people are like, I cannot connect with people. I cannot be different on social media. That's because when we're with people pre-online business, we didn't just get to like hold up a flyer in their face and like we had to talk to them, you know? So creating that connection with people as much as we can online, live video is the best way, right? And so be it short or long, stories or Facebook Live, in your personal page, in your group, just hit the video button. And I did start with my stories, like doing stories up at the top, because I'm like, I'm live-ish, like it's a playing video whenever they watch it. But okay, Linda, thank you so much. I'll see you inside of Evergreen. Thank you for
thanks for having me
with us here. I'm going to drop you out and do a homework winner and let everybody go for their Saturday.
Thank you so much. I'll see you.
Jump through the hole like Ellen's game.
Okay.
You're going through the hole. Here you go.
Okay. Thanks.
There she goes. Did you guys enjoy that? Okay, let's do our day 5 homework winner. A quick reminder, tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central, Vicki Johnstone, there she is right there. Vicki Johnstone will be here at 3 o'clock Central tomorrow for Canva and branding bonus training, okay? If you guys are still not enrolled in Evergreen and you're thinking about it, the bonuses end tonight. So reach out to your concierge extraordinaires, ask them whatever questions you guys have, and then that program will completely close out on at the end of Monday. So you got to get in there by then. Tomorrow's Vicki Johnstone, 3 p.m. Central, with a bonus training on Canva. Monday is a bonus training at 10 a.m. Central with Bethany, and I will be bringing her in. We'll be talking about creating conversations, getting new connections, what to do when people just are not interested, how to follow up, how to use systems and automations to nurture leads. Okay, so even if they're not prospects yet and they say, I'm not interested yet, how do you still stay connected? Because a lot of people say no, and later they decide, actually, I'm interested. So if you're not the one who stays in front of them, then you lose out, right? Okay, let's pull up our day 5 homework. You guys, yesterday in the social selling workshop, we simply did a review. I asked you guys to kind of go back through the 4 days of content, put it all together. We talked a little bit about automation and some hacks, and I said we could do some more with that. Asked you guys if that was of interest, but I didn't teach all the things. I'm looking for my day 5 homework post. Day 5, you made it. Okay, so that I can pick a winner, and then this will be our last prize for the training. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed anything, let us know what it was. If you're going to be back for Canva branding tomorrow, please let me know that you will be here. And if there's any suggestions, comments, anything you guys have from what you've loved about the workshop and what we've done, we would also love to hear from you on that, because we continue to build out things around our group and what you guys love. If you are watching this on the I don't see day 5 homework. Diane, help me. Somebody help me. How about those of you who are listening right now? Who posted your day 5 homework and where did you post it at? I'll pick somebody from here. I can't find the post. Marcy will be here for Canva tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed it and you did enjoy the content and you want to do it again, let us know. Virtual parties will be back May 17th. Okay, we'll be announcing that. We're going to be doing a special live video workshop, just a couple days of workshop in early May. So we got more stuff coming, and we will be doing Canva branding. So all of you Evergreen students, you get that stuff all the time. Some of the moms group is wanting to come back through some of that. And so that will be coming as well. All right, I see people have done their day 5 homework and y'all couldn't find out where to post it either. Okay, I'm gonna pick somebody from the screen. Okay, I'm gonna pick somebody, and if it says that you did your homework, you're gonna be my homework winner. All right, here we go. Here we go. Marcy, you are not the homework winner. Marcy, it's been a blast to get to know you, and I'm so glad you came into the party training and now into this. Marcy is, if those of you Evergreen students have heard me talk about Marcy, she was in the Badass Sales Mastery Summit, whatever that was called, and she's the one doing the wellness workshops. I've talked a lot about you, Marcy, but you don't win a prize because you didn't do your homework. Oh my gosh, Eileen, you do not win either. Let's pick somebody who did their homework. One more try. One more try. Nope, nope, Marcy. Okay, I'm just gonna hand pick somebody that I see homework. You guys, thank you so much. I hope you had a blast. I'm still trying to find someone who says they did their homework. Leslie, we're supposed to be talking on the phone. Leslie, I'm picking you for day 5 homework. You guys go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Leslie, message me about your homework. Maybe we can jump on the phone right now because I knew we were going to do a phone call. All right, you guys, that's it. Thanks again, Linda, and everybody who's not in the moms group. Click the description if you're on my business page up there. If you're on YouTube, click the description down there and get over into the Moms Building Online Businesses group. And you don't have to be a mom, but I'm a mom and I made the group. So I'm a mom building a business. All right, bye guys. Bye, Linda. I see you back there.